Hey guys, Brad Forrest from Hudson Valley Forest here. I'm with my son Anders and my father, Big Brad. We call him Boris. Today we decided to make a little adventure for ourselves. We're only about 20 minutes away from our house. We're going on a 3 or so mile hike up into the mountains. What's cool about right now, it's October, squirrel season just opened, and trout season's still open here. So we brought our fishing poles and we got our 22s, and we're hoping we can get lucky, make a big fire later, and have an awesome dinner. You guys ready to do it?
Sure.
Yeah, you didn't mention that we made it 2 miles already.
Okay, he's excited about already making it 2 miles. We got another mile to go. Hang in there, big guy.
All right.
Let's go, guys. We just saw this really nice pool in this tiny creek alongside the trail. We're gonna stop and get our poles out and get set up with some bait. Using some small trout worms on little hooks. And if that doesn't work, we'll switch over to these fake grubs. They're called trout magnets, and they work really well in these small streams.
Anders, you see that spot off the rock and then where the light is right there?
Yeah.
Go straight out that way. Yeah, keep it right there. You can feel there's some rocks underneath there. You bounce off the little rocks.
We've learned with these small, shallow creeks that the fish get spooked really easily, so we'll probably only get a couple of casts. Oh, here we go.
You got one?
Yeah, little brookie. It's just a baby.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at the colors on this guy. I don't want to have it out too long. I had the hook right in the lip there, and pop this out and get him right back in the water. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I think it's time we move on and try to find another hole.
Yep. It's like you said, you only get one chance to get educated.
That little brookie was beautiful. We're searching for a good spot to set up camp for the night, and we actually stumbled upon somebody's fire ring from whenever. It's a really great spot, so we decided we're gonna park ourselves here for the night, set up camp. But before we do all that, we just wanna keep fishing, so we're gonna see if we can hook into a couple of brookies.
Dad?
Yeah.
How far away is it?
I don't know.
Whoa! There.
Oh yeah.
What do you think you see here, Anders?
Bear, wolf, coyote. Probably a dog.
I don't think it's a dog, pal.
Pretty big as far as it's sunk in. I don't know.
It'd be a big coyote if it
Big
was.
coyote?
Anders just noticed some tracks in the mud right here, and it's possible it's a dog. I mean, we're a few miles up the mountain here, but we're not too far off the trail. It's possible it's a dog. It's probably not. If it's a coyote, it looks like a big coyote, and we're thinking it's a coyote track.
Well, we're going fishing.
Yeah. Boris, you want to hit that one there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you hit it.
All right.
Come on. We're gonna move down. I got another nice little pool here. Just a little pocket of water. Boris is gonna sneak in and attack it. You can see the real potential of this creek right here. We had a pretty wet summer, but the past few weeks have been dry. And you can see the rocks and you can sort of picture the water flows through here, but right now the whole creek is just comprised of these little pockets of water here and there. When you find one, you know, about a foot deep or so, the fish are in there. That's where they live. We see a nice waterfall spilling into a deep pool. We're actually gonna come in from the top side of the waterfall and then just drop our worms right down into the pool. We'll walk down around to actually land the fish, but at least to get that first cast in there without spooking them, and we're gonna try from up here. Again, we'll probably only get off a couple of casts. These fish are smart and they get spooked easily. We saw fish, right?
Very spooked.
As we snuck up to it, we actually saw some brookie in the water.
Some nice fish there. You saw them, Anders?
Yep.
I think we can go back there later and sneak in, maybe land one.
Give them a little time to rest, and
Yep.
yeah, sounds good. It's starting to get late in the afternoon, so Boris is getting worried that we're not getting some wood ready. It's gonna get cooler tonight, I think down into the 40s, so we're gonna make sure that we have a really nice big stack of wood ready to go and have a big fire to keep us warm tonight. You wanna make sure you have enough, because once it gets dark up here, it is dark, and you can't see anything. So when you look at your wood pile and you say, oh, that's big enough, double it, and then it's big enough. It's definitely true what they say. A fire warms you at least twice. Once for sure when you're gathering all the wood, and then when you're sitting by the fire. I'm pretty warm right now.
Maybe 3 times.
Dad,
Yeah.
that nice birch tree.
Whoa. What do you got there, bud?
It's part of a gray birch tree.
So you got some good birch bark there. All right, well, we'll use that to get our fire going. It's a great tinder, and birch bark's a great fire starter. Anders' first experience with tinder. So, sawing technique that I'm sure I didn't create, but sort of stumbled on it myself, where I anchor one side down and then move not just the saw, but my hand too. So it's like I'm moving both pieces. And then I'll stop once I know I can break it, I stop. The saw's pretty quick. That's dry right there. When you can hit them together, it sounds like a baseball bat. That's good stuff.
Hey, Andrew, you know why we're wearing this, don't you?
Yeah, because there's other hunters out here.
There's other hunters out there, so they'll see us with the blaze orange. You'll see us, right?
Yep.
Look at this. That's called a Henry survival gun. It's a 22. Can you hold that for me, please?
Yeah.
It's a real gun, of course. Can you hold that also?
All right.
And I'll take out one magazine. Keep that pointed down like that.
Okay.
Let me put this back on. This is the action. The action slides in here. You got to screw it in right there. Just make it a little snug. Now, it's a rifle. It's a real rifle, so keep it pointed in a safe direction, muzzle in a safe direction, right?
Yep.
It's not loaded, of course. And you just screw that onto there. And then you have a fully operational 22 semi-automatic. Safety on. So safety is in the back position. Keep your finger outside the trigger guard, right? I'll carry it down.
And get some squirrels.
Got a magazine if we see a squirrel on the way down. Dinner, right? I'll keep it unloaded until we get going.
Sounds good. Hey, I'm here too.
Listen for squirrels, would you? If you see any squirrels, let me know. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
That would add to the trip, wouldn't it?
You wear that collar because that collar doesn't exist out here in nature, and you absolutely have to wear it. Legally, you have to wear it. But if you want to be safe out in the woods during hunting season, you should have it on. And you can see they're about 150 yards away right now, and I can see they're orange, clear as day. And there's absolutely no doubt that they're people walking through the woods and not an animal. Always be safe. Whoa. We have something coming through the woods towards us here. We were just about to get started on showing you how we're going to make a keyhole fire pit to cook on. We definitely have something coming towards us. Boris and Anders just walked off, and we were being quiet just for a few minutes, not talking, and all of a sudden the woods just come back alive. Within minutes we had something coming right towards us. But as soon as we started moving around and Start talking a little bit. Silence again. Whatever it was only 40 yards over there. We never got a good look at it. We're gonna take a little walk over towards where we heard the sound, just to check it out, because we're interested. Whatever it is, it's gone. One thing I do see is a spot right here that might be a better campsite than the one we picked. This is an awesome little clearing right here, but we like where we're at. We just heard a shot. My father just shot. Must be a squirrel. We'll see.
He missed.
Darn. We just heard them whistle back. We're getting close because I can actually hear Anders talking right now. They're just right over here somewhere. We just came down to this little clearing here, and I can see their blaze orange. They know we're here. We're gonna come around the bend here and see what's going on. Hey guys.
Hey, you hear us shooting?
Yeah, we thought maybe you shot a squirrel.
Well, he took off. I saw him run. I missed it.
Oh, that's too bad. You guys are getting rusty in your old age.
Well, you saw how it was taken apart. This front sight moved a little bit.
I guess it's the gun's fault.
Are we gonna go pick some apples?
Let's pick some apples. I found an apple already. There's a tree right there. It's really good too.
Yeah.
These are delicious.
All right.
Yeah. Well, they're ugly looking.
Nice and white in the middle.
Oh my gosh, they're awesome. Hey, we're exploring a little bit here, and you can see there's a lot of evidence here of having no rain for the past several weeks. In this area here that would normally be pretty wet is really dry, but it's got spots where it's wet enough to still have mud, and there are deer tracks everywhere, coyote tracks, raccoons. What's really cool is there's also bear tracks. There's actually a pretty good bear paw mark right here in this little mud hole here. But you can just picture all the different animals that come in through here.
Looks like a spot they can graze.
Probably normally have a drink too. All the puddles are dried up. This is a beautiful spot. Most of this cleared out area here is from beavers that dam the creek up, makes a pond, and then the beavers move on and the water recedes, the dam breaks, the water recedes, but you get these big openings, which totally changes the landscape, but it's really good for the wildlife around here. It gives them areas where they have a lot of new, fresh growth, grass. These areas where the sun can get through and help the little things grow. Otherwise, it's pretty dense forest. But just a great example of Mother Nature doing what it does. And man, I can't get over how beautiful this spot is. We have an amazing view of the mountains right here that it's hard to see right where we're camping because of all the trees. It's wide open here.
Something with these holes.
These holes?
Yeah.
I think that, because that looks like the work of beavers, but
From a long time ago or
from
something?
a long time ago, yeah.
Look at this big hole up here. Another bear track in there, walking around the hole. Look at that, Anders.
That's a big one.
He walked around the edge.
I think they're used to being able to come here and get a drink, right?
That's what it looks like.
Right here, he was on the edge here. It probably had gotten some water here because it's pretty wet.
Yeah.
It's wet mud. These are new. Have you seen any other boot marks or anything? No.
Nope.
Just us. You look at all these prints, and it's amazing how many different kinds of animals are here. What's so cool is that we're the ones making the human footprints. We don't see any other human activity at all. No boot marks, except for the ones we're making now. It's pretty awesome. And a spot like this makes me want to just keep exploring. I want to know what's around the next turn now. Right? Don't you want to know what's over there?
I gotta look.
Yeah. Let's do it. You can see how normally there'd be water here. This is the spot where you hunt, right? I mean, if you were sitting anywhere in here, I mean, even if you're not a tree, you could make yourself a little ground blind up here and get a good view of this clearing.
I'd love to be able to get up in a tree and just watch it tonight. This is like the kind of place where all of a sudden you could see a bear stick his head up over there and look at us just like we're looking at him.
Yep.
Wondering what we're doing here. Why so many leaves here? They all blow here or what?
There's something going on with all these leaves though. It's pretty incredible. Picture this spot here, most of the year has water in it. You can see where like the deeper channels are, but this whole area would be water. The leaves from all the surrounding trees fall in the water, they sink. And over years and years and years, you get this buildup of leaves that normally would be underwater, but you know, obviously everything's dry and we can see it. Can you imagine how good this soil is here? That's the most incredible
topsoil
ever. Look at that. It's nature's compost right there. 100% pure Mother Nature's compost. We're only at the most 20 miles from our house. And we were just talking about how we're having this adventure. We feel like we're so far away and we can't even place it in this. We only hiked 3 miles, but the changes in geography on this trail is unbelievable. From the mountains and the thick pine forest to the open hardwoods to this, you know, meadow that we just stumbled upon. It's absolutely amazing. One thing I keep sensing is like how small it makes me feel, like how insignificant we are here. Everything is just so much bigger and beautiful, but also is making me feel so grateful for having this so close to our house. And we're 2 hours away from New York City, and we're having an adventure that feels like we just traveled halfway around the world to experience, when all we did was drive 20 minutes and hike 3 miles. It's amazing. All right, sun's starting to go down, but we're gonna go hit the waterfall one more time. We know there's brookies in there. We saw them, and we're gonna sneak up, and we're gonna hopefully be able to outsmart at least one of them. We'd love to catch a brookie for tonight, so let's go, guys. Right through here, pal. Shh, we're trying to be sneaky, right? I just missed one. I had one on. That might be it already. I had one I missed. It's crazy. Got one. Oh! Had one. Didn't get him. Did you get a look at that? It was a nice one. I guess they win again, but that's why they call it fishing and not catching. But we had a lot of fun doing it. It's just about that time where we need to start heading back to camp and get the fire going and start cooking. So we're gonna move on. We'll probably hike the creek out tomorrow and hopefully find some more pools. But yeah, sometimes the fish win, but it doesn't mean we didn't have a great time trying to catch some. We're back at camp. The sun's going down. We're getting our fire ready, and I'm just starting to make a little bit of a keyhole fire pit here. Basic idea is we'll have our main fire here and then be able to pull coals out over here to cook over. Most of our cooking isn't over top of the flames, but instead, just over a bed of coals. So this area here will have a little bit of a grate that we'll put on and have a nice controlled cooking area. You can see why it's called a keyhole fire. Picture, you know, the old style keyhole, right? Round with the two ends coming out here. Anders found a little bit of birch bark. So we had that right at the bottom. And we get that lit. That birch bark just fires up. You can hear it cracking. It's literally just bark from a birch tree. We don't take it off living birch trees that are standing, but we'll find some that are down already, dead ones, and grab those. Nature's fire starter right there. We had an awesome day today. It was a great adventure. Unfortunately, we weren't lucky enough to bring any trout or squirrels back to the campfire for dinner, but of course we brought backup. We'll be eating good still. We have some steak and potatoes. We got some potatoes double wrapped in foil that we're gonna get in on the coals once we have a nice bed of coals here. The potatoes will take about an hour to cook all the way through. We have some coals, we'll rake some coals out over to the edge of the keyhole fire pit here and put our grill on top of it, and we can start cooking some other stuff. We just got our steak off the fire. We got some baby portobello mushrooms that we grilled up, asparagus, and we got our onion that's still in the fire. We're gonna go grab it right now, but we're just cutting up some meat right here. We got some cut on this plate over here already. It's one of our favorite cuts, and it's so underrated. It's a chuck steak. So it's a cheaper cut of meat, but it's packed full of flavor. It's nice and fatty. It's perfect for the grill. Got a nice sear here over the coals, and then put it into a pan with a little bit of olive oil and rosemary and thyme and a bay leaf and some garlic, and just basted it in that. And I'm sure it looks delicious, but the smell is so good. I cannot wait to dig into this thing. It's unbelievable.
Hey man, I just want to say thanks for the dinner tonight. That was a gourmet meal. Brad did it again. We didn't have trout or squirrel. Let me tell you what we did have was the backup meal.
Steak, potatoes, onions, asparagus,
Rosemary and bay leaves or whatever else. Unbelievable. We're out in the middle of nowheres and you can still make a gourmet meal. I'll tell you what, it's, you know, we used to go fishing. I took Brad fishing when he was, I don't know, 5 years old. You were peeing on my friend's leg on a creek. You know, and he still tells me that story today. You took it a step above whatever I did. I mean, you took it a step above. We used to catch fish and take them home and cook them. You know, mommy cooked them or whatever else. But now what you're doing is taking it a step above. You know how to take whatever we do catch. You know, we didn't do it today, but we had the meal here today. It doesn't matter.
Really,
Well,
anyone could do it. You just have to go and do it. Make your own adventure. Bring some food, whatever you like to eat, bring it, and just think about it a little bit. Plan it out and just do it.
it was easy for you. It's not easy for everybody,
Right.
but if you just watch a little bit, anybody can do this.
Sun just came up. It's cold. We just warmed up by the fire for a little bit, but now we're heading back down to that waterfall. Been try to catch a brookie, maybe have some brookie for breakfast. Open your bail and just drop it in.
Got one.
There you go. Walk it down. We've got one.
Oh, it came out.
It's tough. This isn't a good angle for getting the hook set and everything, you know, and we're pulling too hard on them, but if we go down there, we just spook them. So as soon as he dropped it in, he had one on. nice brookie. And then they spook. But I think the angle, we're trying pulling them up and we're not getting good hook sets. I think we're just, you know, pulling straight up.
10 minutes later.
I'm gonna try from down below here.
4 minutes later. 1 minute and 11 seconds later.
We're gonna quit for now, head back up, have breakfast before packing up and moving down the creek.
I got to see the. Ow, fudge.
Getting our bacon started here for breakfast. Oh man, that smells good. We're getting breakfast going now. We're gonna have a nice breakfast, bacon and eggs and some leftover steak from last night. And we had plenty of food that we brought anyway. We're not going hungry. We had a huge fire last night. We had a blast. But it's that time where we got to get packed up and get back down the mountain to reality. We hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out on our next adventure.
There's a squirrel right there.
Oh yeah. It's down low.
Just not working. Hold on. I got a chamber around. Better do that one again.
Go out there, make your own adventure, have fun. Maybe you catch fish, maybe you don't. Maybe you get a squirrel, maybe you don't. Bring some backup food, make a campfire, and sleep in a tent and have fun, guys. Always bring backup food.
Maybe a few beers and wine too. Cheers.
And some whiskey.
And vodka.
And vodka.
If you need gluten free.
Got a big one. It's a good one.
Oh.
Look at this guy. Holy cow.
Oh, nice.
It's a big one, right? Let me see. Here. Check that out. Oh, look at this guy.
Beautiful. Look at the colors on it. Look at the fins.
It'll be great to look at it later in the pictures, but I don't think anything can really explain how beautiful it is in person. Gone. That was a nice brookie.
Nice brookie.
For a little hole like this.
You're so.
Another one too I saw, he just, I don't know where he came from, but I saw him just bolt over to hit that worm. And just right away. It wasn't even like a nibble, nibble, nibble. It was like wham.